Just waiting for a few people to get in on this thing. How's it going out there? Happy Thursday to everybody. What's happening? Derek Hess. He's taking my spot, huh? Oh well. Well, this is our 5th episode of Check Out My Pants. My name is Lindsay Kuhn, and today we're gonna hang out and talk about some posters, silkscreen stuff. Got some other things to show you. We're gonna talk about some clutch posters and have a beer. I hope everyone's doing okay. It's been another crazy week. You guys like my hat? Kind of Blues Brothers style this evening. Yeah. All right, let's see. So this week's been kind of a crazy week. Lots of stuff going on. Let's see, let's switch over here. And once again, for everyone just joining, looks like some more people came on there. My name's Lindsay. This is Check Out Your Pants. And today we're listening to a couple of bands. Crack Dealer, maybe some Frontside 5, a little bit of Sputnik, Slovenia perhaps. All good bands. And if you're just joining us, I guess we'll get going on this. Let's see. Let's turn this around. Alright. Got some stuff from Crack Dealer in this week. Crack Dealer is kind of a hardcore band, and I did the record covers for them. T-shirts, records. You can check them out. We use 7-inch. Silkscreen covers. Green or yellow. T-shirt. Kind of a fun thing to get in the mail this week. Also got this Mutiny coffee this week. Good stuff. You guys know Mutiny, they're an awesome bookstore. Mutiny Information Cafe. Good stuff. They're doing good. This is something that's kind of cool too that I got this week in the mail. This is from Paul Bearer Press. This is the Zodiac. You can see it. Look, it's real done here. Yeah, this thing's awesome. It'll go well with my other stores. We want to just do a shout out to Craig over at Paul Bearer Press. You guys check them out. They do killer t-shirts. Get rid of this stuff. And we're gonna get onto some poster stuff. Let me set this camera up for you Instagrammers. How's that look for Instagram? Does that look alright? Maybe a little turn. Alright, today we're talking about silkscreen posters. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with any screen printing. I know you might know that t-shirts and stuff, but silkscreen posters are printed with these things. This thing right here is a silkscreen. This one has a pattern on it, leopard skin pattern. I use it for different things here and there. But basically each color of a print, so like this print, I guess we'll first things first. This is the black image, it's the black film for this Aussie poster. So basically you have to transfer this thing onto the screen for every color, and you sit there and print with one of these. This is a squeegee. Piece of wood, some urethane. You pour ink in that thing and you screen print. You do each color. By the way, that's Aussie, if you haven't noticed. So basically, to make a screen print, you have to do one screen, one of these, for every color that's on the poster. That is the first color of what you can tell as a Descendants poster from last year. So you print it. You like those sound effects? And then you clean the screen out and you do the second color. A whole nother screen. There's your second color. Then you usually stop for a second and have a little bit something to drink, since it is happy hour. And then you go to the third color and you print it up. And there he goes. There's the third color. Then you have to let that dry and then unrack the posters, and then you do the fourth color. And then you do the fifth color. Do I have to show you again? You like that? Alright. And that's how you do it. That's what a silk screen is. Use squeegee. Good. Can you see it? Can you see a squeegee? So yeah, that's how you print a post. That's how you print. It's a time-consuming process, and but it's fun, and stuff comes out really cool. A lot of people ask why don't you just print them at Kinko's? It's because it's not as cool. It's not an art form. These look way better than anything at Kinko's. It's an art form. It's that's why we love screen printed posters. And that was a really bad condensed version of how to do it. But someone asked me how I actually made these the other day. So that's kind of how you make them. In a really strange way. But anyway. Let's see. Let's get going here. Got a few things to do today. A little Aussie. All right. Look at this blank space. Everybody's seen that one before. All right. We got a few posters to go through. And today's clutch day, so welcome all the clutch people. from the Clutch Concert Poster Collectors Day in Merchland. These guys have been checking out the show, and they've been asking some questions and making me dig up some cool stuff. I appreciate it for sure. And today, hopefully, you guys will be stoked. We've got a few posters before the Clutch stuff that I'm going to go through, kind of just to get warmed up. This is actually, I found this the other day going through a stack. I don't have very many of these, but this was just featured in Kerrang! Magazine last year. This is from 1998. It was a Dallas or a Fort Worth show. When I lived in Dallas, I worked with 462 Production in 1998. And those have been long sold out. It was a good show. They gave all the money to Will Rogers, or a family place. It was a benefit show. It was pretty good. Oh, this is a sword poster for New Year's Eve. Actually, it's 2 nights. So if you haven't seen this one, you'll probably dig it. Let's see. It's going to be hard to do because it's big. But this is the top of the poster. So this was New Year's Eve. And this actually, the lower section connects to it. So it's 2 nights. This was the night before New Year's Eve. So that was night 1, which is the lower section. And then it connects right there. And this is night 2. So they played all their space music this night for New Year's Eve, and the night before they played all their hardcore stuff. That's why there's a big fight scene going on in there. Can you see that on Facebook? Yeah, let's see. This is for Facebook right here. I think if we turn it this way, they can see it all. Can you see that? Kinda. There's a little bit of glare on there because this is on ice gold, so it's got a reflective quality to it. But yeah, that was a great show. Shows. Good music, kind of like this new crack dealer. Everybody likes a good crack dealer. Can you hear that? Alright, this next poster, it's more of a recent one from last year, 2 years ago now. God, time flies, doesn't it? That is Danzig with Power Trip, Venom Inc., Mutoid Man. That would have been a fun show. I was out of town for that, actually. But that would have been a fun show. Power Trip, one of my favorite bands for sure. Good stuff. What do we have here? This is you guys have seen this before. It's usually on a different color paper. This is a cool version of it. It's on a terracotta paper. And with the silver, it's actually really cool. You can't probably see it, but it reflects. That silver reflects in the background. That was for a swamp party we did in Austin a few years ago, 2012. So, yeah, we're going to get into some of this older stuff. I wanted to talk about colored paper. And like this is in 1994, around 1994, Astro Bright's paper came out with all this day glow paper stock. And it's not really day glow though. It doesn't glow in the dark. It's just bright. So I mean, they're still around and they're still making stuff, different colors, but they still have these standard old colors. This is an old Surgery poster. That was a killer band. That was 1994. Emos, free show, I'm sure. And this was a Lungfish show. I don't know if you guys know who Lungfish is. That's Dan Higgs. He's singing for Lungfish. These killer band, East Coast band, great tattoo artist. I guess he's a legend in the tattoo world these days. Awesome artist in general. But that was a Lone Fish poster, a little quick one. This is another Astro Bright paper. This is an old one. This was actually Season of the Witch. So this was probably right around the same time, 94. This is there's actually a poster series for emos. The first poster series was that artwork. I showed you guys the artwork last week, maybe? Can't remember. But this was an art show at the Metro that I did. They used to have, at the Metro in Chicago, they used to have a gallery next door for a while called the Goat Gallery. And I had a big show up there years ago, 1994. And that's what this is from. These were handbills from it. This is an uncut sheet on this green paper, which I was hoping was going to be blacklight sensitive, but it wasn't. It's just nice and bright, but it fades easy too. Oh, here's a crazy one. This is just another old one. This was actually a 10-inch record cover. For Elephant, Clown, Flake, The Drags, Ant Farmers, All You Can Eat, Scared of Chaka. This was Resin Records out of Albuquerque. That thing on the top was just a little art print. You know, you never leave blank space on a piece of paper when you're printing. You can always cut it off. Have the Zodiac checking out the posters. Alright, here's Cosmic Psycho's Big Damn Crazy Way. This is a bright one, really bright one. Wish I had a black light to show you guys this one. Cosmic Psychos are a great Australian band, I think. With Choke Bore. Man, those guys were good. Do you guys remember Choke Bore on AMREP? Those guys were killer. Big Damn Crazy Way, El Rey Theater in Albuquerque. That's a classic. This is actually blue instead of black for the final color, which there are very few of these. Alright, this one it's kind of cool. So yeah, this is tar. But these are all like odd prints. So Arc Welder, Tar, and Today is the Day. It was 3 shows that emos did in Texas. But all 3 of these, well, this is the art print. You can see that. There's Instagram. Facebook, you got that on there. Yeah, that's the art print version of it. So the regular poster looked like this with the words. These are like one-offs. There's probably more than one, but this one's missing the blue. This one's missing the pink, which actually turns purple. That was a good show, man. Tar was a great band. Actually, today it was the day was too. They were good. Oh, these are cool. This was a print I did for a Japanese company. This is Devilman. It's a Japanese character. It's been around for about 60 years. A Go Nagai character. This was produced, man, what year? I don't know, sometime in the 2000s, I guess. But this is Narsawa, whose artwork this is, and he worked with Future and Artstorm in Japan. These are just some odd ones on that funny colored paper that I used to use. I think every year I try to do different stuff with paper colors, and 94 was the year of pink and greens and all kinds of crazy stuff. Alright, we got some Mike Deanna. If you guys, this guy has if you have Netflix, check out his movie. They just finished it and put the movie out, or is it Prime? Actually, I think it's Prime. It's the Mike Deanna movie, and it's about him getting arrested for making art, for making comic books in Florida. Back in the 90s, he actually was arrested. We did this print together in 1991, or actually in 92 or 3. We tried to sell them and make some money for his funds, his legal funds. It's just some randoms. Nico Case in Canada. Now here's some more Descendant stuff. Alright, these Descendants guys. So this is the show that they actually filmed in the movie in Denver when they made their reunion, when they had the reunion show. That was it, and they filmed it for the movie. And everything in this poster, all this green stuff in this version glows in the dark. So when you turn the lights off, you see it. Some more skinny ones. Did you guys see these ones before? I don't remember. These ones connect. This was a punk rock bowling. 3 nights. Connects. Bowlers out there. What's gonna happen to bowling these days? Man, bowling alleys are gonna have to clean the shit out of everything for people to go back. Three-piece, 3 nights, great lineup. This night was killer. They're all good. All right, little fiddler. These ones were for, I think these are all Sound on Sound 2016 down in Austin, Texas. What's this we got going? A little Frontside 5. Local favorites around here. Alright. Pantera, Slayer, Static X. This was a great show. At this show when Slayer was playing, the barricade broke and they had to stop playing because people were getting crushed under the stage, and they had to stop for about 20 minutes and get everyone to move back so they could put the barricade back up. So the only way they could actually do that is to, like, people started showing their boobs, girls started showing their boobs all over the place, and people were cheering for people showing their tits. And that's how they got everyone to move back. It was pretty funny. And then they fixed the barricade real quick. Well, not real quick, about 20 minutes. And Slayer played one more song, and the place went berserk. And then when Pantera came out, the whole place was like insanity. It was crazy. I already saw that one, I think. Sorry. Sometimes you get doubles in there. There we go. Little Hot Snakes. Can you see that? Great band, Hot Snakes. Little Hot Snakes in there. Little Devochka, Boulder Band. That was a CD release party poster. Little Zeke, Buzz Crusher. Again, all these posters I'm just kind of filing back in. So a couple of them I think were on last week's. But I keep finding more stuff and keep showing it. When you print for 30 years, stuff just gets piled up, and it's hard to actually sort it and organize it. And I guess that's one good thing about this whole pandemic. It's giving us time to slow down and look at stuff. This was a good show. This is a cool poster under a black light too. Everything glows. getting into some of the other stuff here. Green paper again, another early 90s print. This is 1995, this mint green. Phantom Surfers, they were good. Go Nuts, super fun bands. This was a Jabberjaw poster. It's pretty big too. It's like 23 by 30. Oh, classic. Little Motorhead, Nashville Pussy, again on the bright yellow paper. This bright yellow paper, good stuff. That was a good show. Nashville Pussy and Motorhead, man, you can't beat that. What happened to Nashville Pussy? Where'd they go? I know Karen's not playing anymore. Are they still playing? Great band. Alright. So we're gonna get into some clutch stuff here real quick. Yeah, we talked a little bit about this stuff, but Nick over at the Clutch Concert Poster Collectors on Instagram and Facebook, they've been stoked on some of this old Clutch stuff. And actually, I forgot about some of it, and Nick reminded me and asked me if I had any, and I had to kind of dig for a while through some archives to find them, but I did. So today I've done since 1994, I've done 8 Clutch posters, and we're going to show them to you today, and I'll try to tell you other stuff about them. We're going to go backwards. So this was 2011. This was the last Clutch poster I did, and of course it is part of the Emo's End set, which we talked about last week. Which, you know, all this stuff, if you're not familiar with the Emo's End set, it's hard to explain, but it's 9 posters, and they all, sorry, my hands they all connect. Clutch is number 3. So Instagram can't really see that. So there you go. That is poster number 2, 3, 4, and 5. You kind of need a lot of room to get more in there. But we can keep going. So that's so that's poster 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. And then going in the other direction. This is poster 9, 8, 7, and it goes into the skull. It's hard to show that one on these small format videos, but you get the idea. And that's the last Clutch poster that I've done. That was in 2011, and this is part of this set. Last week I actually showed you the original for that and how I designed it and cut them up, and that was fun. If you didn't get to see it last week, you can check it out on Facebook, or now SWAMPCO YouTube, which I've been doing for a long time but not really messing with it. I'm putting up the older episodes on SWAMPCO YouTube, so you can check stuff out there. Alright, going back a few more years, this is 2005. This was a Gothic theater show. I don't know if you can get all that in. Let's see. Gothic theater show with William Elliott Whitmore opening. This is the original drawing. And actually, check this out. I found this. Around the same time, we liked that drawing so much, it became, I also do conspiracy skateboards, graphics for conspiracy skateboards, and this ended up becoming our ditch creep, which was a 35.5-inch board shaped like a surfboard, kind of. See, it's got like a pintail, round nose. There's Facebook, you can see that a little bit better. But there were 3 colors of this ditch creep, and I found that blue one. So there you go. A lost relic of the skateboard world, the ditch creep from Conspiracy. And that's can you see that? Yeah, this was a winter show, I do remember that. And as always, Clutch killed it. They're always good live. Alright, moving on. Going back in time a little bit. This is a show in Philly. Actually, this show would have been awesome with Vision of Disorder and Murphy's Law. I don't know a lot about Tree. I don't know where they're from. Murphy's Law was always a fun band. Vision of Disorder, Clutch. And again, this is the original. So, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, there was a screen of each one of these. All the separations back then were hand cut. They were not computer generated. So I had to hand cut or draw each color separation after I blew this up. A lot of it was collages, so like the lettering, a lot of times before computers you had to draw it, and then what I would do is take the original and photocopy it and then put the text on top of it so you don't ruin the original. And so I probably have a collage of this, but looking more like this somewhere. Although this was probably right on the verge of doing black lines. This was 2001. I was probably still hand cutting. From the looks of it, I can tell that I hand cut this out of Ruby lifts. But that was right on the verge of everything changing, probably to computers, probably 5 years later. Alright. Get a good look at that one. Again, we're listening to Frontside 5, killer skate rock band. Alright, here we go. Next one. Hard to see this one. Let's see. So this one is Clutch with COC. This was a year before the other one. This was 2000 here at the Ogden. Man, this was a great show. I went to this one, and super fun. This one's about 9 by 26 or something. 3 colors. 3 colors. And one of the classics. This one is Slayer, Clutch, System of a Down, their first record. Their System of a Down just put their first record out. I think they were tour. This was a tour for their first record, or maybe it came out right after this. This was 1998, and I had an art show in the basement at the Smart Bar in the basement of the Metro. Downstairs there was like a cool bar that would stay open after the shows in the Metro, and I did like a pop-up, I guess now you'd call it a pop-up shop. Back then you just went and hung out and talked with the bands and got to meet Slayer actually at this show, and I can't remember. I don't think Clutch came down. System of a Down, I met one of them because I ended up doing work for them for their European tour. Slayer and System of a Down toured Europe right after this, or like a month or two after, and yeah, they did a bunch of Subway posters and some other promo stuff for them. Good guys. It's a bummer Slayer's not playing anymore, but man, oh man, they played a long time, and they played really good for a long time. That was one band. Slayer is like the one band that no matter where or when you saw them, they just freaking killed it. Always. Awesome. Clutch 2. But there you go, that's that one. Alright. Going back a few more years. Actually, just 1 year earlier. Cleveland Flats. Over at the Odeon Concert Club. This is a really hard one to find. I had to dig hard for this one. I have not seen one of these in years. Probably more like 10 years this has been sold out. I pulled this out of my archives. And we've been selling these for a little while. This you can get a hold of. We did about 200 of these like a long time ago. And just, yeah, they're just a little handbill. But this poster, actually, there's an art print. Oh yeah, there's more. Wait, there's the original. So this is the original drawing. You see that? That's probably about, I don't know, 10 or 11 by 14. That's the ink from that. And then there was an art print of this too. And this was right around the time when I started thinking about doing art prints. Started doing more art prints and utilizing something I thought of. If I printed the art print and then came back on top of it and printed several more colors, that's when I started doing the transparent text. And I can't remember if this was the first one or Jane's Addiction in Dallas was the first one. I can't remember what year Jane. I was trying to find the Jane's Addiction poster for the show so I could compare. But this trick is when I started like overprinting, and people were blown away by that. This poster sold out really fast, and I think it's because of that. Because that was something new at the time. Nobody was doing anything like that. So yeah, regular, just fun art print. This art print's called Built for Speed, and there was only 29 of these. And then the Clutch posters, there were actually only 99 of these, and then the venue probably got, at that point, they were probably getting 100 posters to promote the show. Because we usually split the run. The promoters or the venues got half the posters, and they would put them up to advertise the shows, because that's how you found out about shows. So there you go. That's a long lost one right there. Size is about 17 by 23 probably. Take a pause there for a second. Oh, dangerous. How are we doing on time? Alright, pretty good actually. Doing good. Alright, there's handbills. Alright, next one. Going back a little further. This was 95? Yeah, this was 1995 too. So this one two nights. Actually, just for Facebook. 2 nights in Detroit. It's kind of a glare on that, isn't there? Is that better? Yeah, that one's hard to do. Oh well. That's what happens with screen printing. You layer ink upon ink and you get glares because this stuff gets shiny. But there you go, and then here we go for Instagram. This is an uncut sheet. Of course, the posters were cut for the show. You can find sets out there. I don't have any more sets, so I don't know where those went. Those have been long gone. Marilyn Manson, the Clutch. And all I have is, I have a couple of these left, but even these, I don't have many left anymore. There were 30 of these total. Yeah. And then here's another long lost one. This is really old. Again, we're getting into that paper. Here, let's see. Can you see that? So that print was, this was in April, this is April 21st, 1994. So this was 26 years ago. So this week is the anniversary of this poster. And I haven't thought about this poster in 20 years. This poster was not really, it never was sold. I made this. One of my workers in Austin, when I lived in Austin, was in the American Psycho band. They were all friends. Actually, my record label, No Lie Music, put out a record for him in like '94, right around the same time. And they were playing a lot of shows, and the back room was a place in Austin that didn't really do a lot of, like, it was kind of like a hair bar, kind of a glam rock bar. It was fun. I mean, they put on some good shows, but at this point, it was kind of weird that the American Psycho band was playing there. That was more of a punk band, so it'd be at like Cannibal Club or Emos or something. But you know, whatever. We did this poster for Steve and the guys in the American Psycho band, and we put them all over town. There's probably like maybe 50. There's 2 colors. Well, again, we come back to this paper. That was like that pink paper. So there was probably like 25 to 35 of each one of these. I think there were more of these than these. You see that? So this poster it just was an advertisement for a show. Never tried to sell it. Didn't even know who Clutch was. Had no idea who Clutch was. It was their first tour, I think, maybe in Austin. You guys out there probably know better than I do. I just did it for the American Psycho band. And went to the show and was totally a fan of Clutch afterwards. They killed it. They were super heavy at that point. And, you know, when I bought their record after it came out, which was after this tour, I think, there was a picture on the back of the record, and it was a bathroom. It was above a toilet. There was this poster. I'm pretty sure it was their first record. I'm not positive because I don't have that record anymore, and I couldn't. My CDs are kind of packed up. I used to have that record, and I should have kept it, but over the years, sometimes things disappear. But yeah, I guess that was on the back of their first record, in a photo, in a bathroom, and the bathroom was at the back room, is where that photo came from, is what I was told. And that's what that is. So, let's see. And some of you know this. This poster, since we didn't do anything with this except put them up in the streets, 1994 was a really busy year. We were pumping stuff out at that point. Emos was in its heyday. There was multiple shows every week. I was doing posters all over the country. Probably did 50 to 80 posters. I can't even, on my list of posters, I can't even find all of them in my archives. Some of them are just gone. And I thought this was one of them. But anyway, I ended up reusing that drawing for Jesus Lizard and Girls Against Boys later that year. Because this one, hardly anyone saw it. And then we weren't, I mean, you didn't sell posters back then really, especially one colors. That was just an advertisement for the show. This was, plus it was a different town. So this was Texas, and this was Cincinnati. So nobody would have seen that. But now you do. So that's what it looks like in full color. And that's what it looks like in a purple line. 26 years ago this week. It's pretty crazy. So the surprise I was telling you guys about was that since that poster has never been available, I made a few, mainly for the Clutch guys on the thing, but there's a mini version of it, which is the 26th anniversary edition, and there you go. You can find those on the website, and actually I was going to give some away this week in orders, especially if you tell me that you're in the Clutch concert poster collectors or merch land. If you guys buy anything from Swamp, I'm going to toss one of those in. Or, yeah, probably like over $50 worth of stuff, because it's kind of hard to just give everything away. But I wanted to do something cool for you guys. And Nick's been really good about putting a few things together, and we got some more surprises coming up for you guys in the poster collectors site. There's going to be a bake sale hopefully coming up soon. That's what I've been hearing of some of these posters. Since they are super hard to find, you'll be able to you can talk to Nick about all that. I'm sure he'll post it sooner than later. And yeah, and these two are available in really limited quantities. That's kind of because I don't have any of the originals. That pink, these two came out of my archives, and that's it. So probably not selling those. I don't know if I've never seen these out there. Like I said, I've never even thought about them in over 20 years. Probably 25 years, to tell you the truth. But there you go. And oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, there's that too. There's definitely, there's a couple of these. If anybody, I'll give those away too. Or we'll use them for the bake sale and stuff. But there you go. Can you see that? These are small too. These are like 9 by 26. So there you go. Yeah, so that's the Clutch stuff. That is the Clutch show. Yeah, I appreciate you guys asking me to dig some of this stuff up, and hopefully you guys liked it. Those are the only originals I could find, and that's about it. That's it for today, I think, guys. So yeah, hopefully you like that, and don't forget to if you order stuff off of SWAMPCO.com. The COVID coupon code is still going on. It's if you use COVID at checkout for 2 or more items, it's 19% off. And I think shipping's getting a little bit better than it was a couple weeks ago. But if it's over $100 worth of stuff, I've been FedExing it just because it costs more, but it gets there on time. And I don't want stuff to get lost. So that's what's going on with that. What else is happening? Yeah, I guess, let's see if I can get back to this. Hey, there we are. So that's about it. That was episode number 5. And hopefully you guys liked it. Yeah, and hopefully everyone's doing better. I guess some places are starting to open, which is a little crazy. I don't think that should probably happen, but it is what it is. Hi, I'm doing Facebook too, guys, sorry. So yeah, I guess that's it. And if anyone has questions, shoot me some questions, emails, all that fun stuff. Emails or messages on Instagram and Facebook. And check out YouTube. I'm trying to do some more stuff on there. And that's about it. Hopefully you learned a little bit and had fun for a little while. Cheers, everybody. Alright, wait, I'm going to do a funny face again. Hold on a second. I don't know if I can. Oh well, I don't know how to do this stuff. So there you go. There's my eyes. Alright. I'm being lazy here. Get out of here. I'm out.